Imagine being a bald man with extraordinary power who works hard every day to make sure that innocent lives are protected from imminent threats. Imagine not being respected for the amount of powers you have, yet you still put on your slacks when needed to save the day. For Krillin and Saitama, there is no imagination necessary, for this is their reality. They are both human, bald, and most of all, overpowered yet underappreciated. However, only one can truly be Japan's best baldy. Today, we find out who that is. Today, we rewind Rumble.
Don't let Krillin being a human discourage you from thinking that he isn't powerful, because that couldn't be further from the truth. Krillin has been training with Tien and the legendary almighty Yamcha for many years and has been on par with many powerful warriors. He can fly, shoot ki blasts, and his most impressive feat is scoring Android 18 and impregnating her. That alone takes massive amounts of power to pull off. Now for the caped baldy, the One Punch Man, Saitama. Saitama is iconically known for beating his enemies in just one punch. However, this isn't always the case, as sometimes it takes more than a few punches if the foe is just that powerful. Saitama can't fly, but he's strong enough to jump from the earth to the moon in just a few seconds. He can dodge light speed attacks, and he has two types of fighting styles, normal series and serious series. These are quite self-explanatory, so I'll leave it at saying that only a fool would try to face Saitama when he is performing his serious series serious punch.
And now, let's get ready for the fight. This battle will take place on Earth, and remember, there is no prep time. Let the battle begin!
I'm going for broke here!
Hopefully you enjoyed that animation, and if you did, super special thanks to Team Animation Rewind's Gabriel M. I'd also like to give a huge thanks to Webcam Parrot and Corin O'Keefe for providing scans and research for the post-analysis, and Corin O'Keefe for writing the post-analysis. Thanks, and enjoy the post-analysis. Let's Let's not beat around the bush on why Krillin wins this. Let's go over both character stats, and it would paint a pretty clear illustration on why Krillin is overall statistically superior to the Caped Baldy. Krillin, even in the Saiyan Saga, was already powerful enough to one-shot multiple Saiyan Saga Cybermen with almost no effort. Keep in mind, these Saiyan Saga Cybermen are confirmed to be equal to Goku's brother Raditz. Goku's brother Raditz during this time in the series was able to dominate Piccolo and Goku both. In fact, he was a little over 3.7 times more powerful than weighted Piccolo, aka Piccolo while wearing his weighted clothing. Piccolo while wearing his weighted clothing was casually able to vaporize the moon within a couple of seconds. Piccolo at that time had a power level of 322 and Goku's brother Raditz was a little over 1200. But to keep it simple, we can say that it was 1200 on the dot, which would make Raditz a little over 3.7 times more powerful than somebody that could flick his wrist and casually vaporize the moon. Goku at this point was very comparable, if not slightly above Piccolo, and Raditz even dominated them shortly after they took off their weighted clothing. Even 18-year-old Goku was confirmed that he could shatter the moon when Goku and Piccolo faced off against Raditz. Saiyan Saga Krillin literally one-shot multiple Saiyan Saga Cybermen who were all at least a little over 3.7 times more powerful than a character who can casually vaporize the moon. And yet Krillin could one-shot at least 4 of these with ease. Krillin would also be way faster than these Cybermen as well. They're as fast as Raditz, who is at least 28% the speed of light, also known as relativistic to the speed of light. This calculation was actually calculated by Benjamin Hellfire Productions, and in the calc, Krillin on planet Namek, after getting his potential unlocked, was almost at the same level as Saiyan Saga Vegeta. Saiyan Saga Vegeta could easily destroy the Earth. Saiyan Saga Vegeta had the power level of 18,000, and Krillin, after getting his potential unlocked and the power level of 13,000, so he wasn't that far off, and he kept getting stronger after getting his potential unlocked. He kept getting stronger throughout the rest of the Namek and Frieza saga. Heck, with his Destructo Disc, he was able to cut off second form Frieza's tail, and he would have completely cut him in half if he did not avoid the Destructo Disc, but hey, there's something we like to call plot. Even first form Frieza could casually blow up planet Vegeta, a planet with 10 times the gravity of Earth, and obviously his second form would be more powerful than his first form. Krillin, with the Destructo Disc, cut this guy's tail off and could have cut him off completely if he did not avoid the attack. After getting his potential unlocked and growing faster and stronger throughout the entire saga, he should be around FTL Plus by the end of the Frieza saga. In the Saiyan saga, he should easily be around small planet level, as he was able to one-shot multiple characters who are a little over 3.7 times more powerful than other characters who could already casually vaporize the moon within a couple of seconds. And he should at least be relativistic plus in the Saiyan saga. On planet Namek, he himself should be normal planet level with his own normal energy blast and punching force. And with a Destructo Disc, he can cut through second form Frieza, who is at least large planet level in terms of durability, and even first form Frieza was already at least large planet level to begin with. Fast forward to Dragon Ball Super. In Dragon Ball Super, the Tournament of Power, Krillin gets some major buffs. He was seen fighting alongside Android 18, and he could even damage Shosa, who was giving 18 trouble and damaged her. Krillin also briefly swapped hands with another character who made 18 worry, and Krillin ultimately eliminated this guy as well. Android 18 in the Android Saga was already stronger than Final Form Frieza on Namek, and even Mecha Frieza, who is stronger than the Final Form Frieza on Namek. Even First Form Frieza is already large planet level as stated earlier, and Final Form Frieza along with Mecha Frieza are both much stronger than First Form Frieza. Android 18 is above Final Form 100% Frieza from planet Namek and Mecha Frieza, meaning Android 18 should definitely be reaching the Dwarf Star ranges in the Android Saga, and she also defeated Super Saiyan Vegeta, who is also stronger than Mecha Frieza and Final Form Frieza from Namek. Android 18 in Dragon Ball Ball Super became stronger than she was from the Android Saga, and both her and Krillin are both comparable to Tien, who was able to actually break and destroy large chunks of the Tournament of Power arena, and this arena is the strongest metal in the multiverse, which means it's more durable than the metal that we see in the Buu Saga. The metal that we witnessed in the Buu Saga was unable to be broken by full-powered base form Buu Saga Gohan when he swung the Z-Sword at it. Buu Saga base form Gohan is only 100 times weaker than his Super Saiyan to self, and even though Gohan in the Buu Saga at this point is weaker than he was when he faced off against Super Perfect Cell, he was still able to put up a really good fight against the Demon King. And this dude is confirmed to be on the same level as Super Perfect Cell, who could blow away the entire solar system. So even though Gohan was weaker than his teenage self at this point, it wasn't by that much, and he was still able to give a solar system level fighter a really good fight and damaged him. So his base form should be around large star level, and yet he could not break that special metal even with the Z-Sword. And yet Krillin and Android 18 are both comparable to somebody in the Tournament of Power who is capable of destroying an even more durable metal than the metal that Gohan failed to break. Meaning Krillin in the Tournament of Power should definitely be around large star level plus easily. He should also be at least 100,000 times the speed of light, as he was able to react to Android 18's energy blast and fight alongside her in terms of combat and keep up with characters who are around her level in the Tournament of Power. 100,000 times the speed of light is definitely lowballing at this point, because Android 18 was already at a bare minimum that speed in the Android Saga, because she was superior to Super Saiyan Goku from Planet Namek, and she became faster and stronger in Dragon Ball Super. Krillin is also a very intelligent fighter and has a bunch of techniques as well, having been trained in the Turtle School alongside Goku by Master Roshi from an early age. Krillin is an exceptionally skilled martial artist with decades of combat experience. Lacking the Saiyan blood, sheer strength, and genius of Goku, Krillin instead depends on his tactical smarts, intelligently and practically putting his skills to use to survive against much stronger opponents. He has developed a number of techniques for this purpose. Saitama in terms of attack power should be consistently planet level, as there are plenty of evidence to support this. There's also plenty of evidence that support multi-continent level, but I consider that to be more of lowballing for Saitama. And then there's that one single star level statement which could be considered a highball or possibly even wank, as that one star level statement is actually outweighed by more planet level and multi-continent level stuff. For example, one of Saitama's authors stated that Saitama could destroy the Earth if he wanted to. Saitama himself stated that if he kept getting annoyed, he could end up destroying the Earth. And there's also the fact that he didn't even use his full power to defeat the strongest attack of Lord Boros, and the strongest attack of Lord Boros has consistently been depicted as being surface wiping, aka multi-continent level, and yet Saitama was holding back. He was able to counter this type of attack. Saitama also defeated Awakened Garu, who has been stated by one to be comparable to Lord Boros, and may even be on the edge over Boros in close combat. So Awakened Garu is also around multi-continent level easily, and Saitama defeated him while also somewhat holding back. Heck, you could even say Saitama with his casual punches is multi-continent level. This is because with a casual punch he was able to easily break the armor of Lord Boros. And this armor is meant to be able to restrain the true power of Lord Boros, meaning that it had to restrain a multi-continent level power, and Saitama with a casual punch was able to break this armor. There's also his moon jump. His moon jump has also been calculated to be roughly around multi-continent level, and that was extremely casual as well. As for speed, even for Genos from One Punch Man has been able to react to a light speed attack. Saitama is faster than Genos, even while Genos is going all out in sparring with Saitama. There's also the fact that Saitama effortlessly threw a rock faster than Giranganshu. It was also stated by Murata that Giranganshup's near light speed attacks are nothing compared to Saitama, and a bad joke in his eyes. Saitama has even shown that he can easily keep up with Flashy Flash, and even proved himself to be superior to Flashy Flash. Flashy Flash has actually been stated to be faster faster than light. So as you can see, there is plenty of consistent evidence for Saitama being baseline FTL. It's really hard to say how much faster he actually is than these other characters because we really don't know, but we can safely say at the very least he is baseline FTL. And if we want to be very generous, we can imply that maybe he was only using 1% of his power, so maybe baseline FTL with only 1% of his power, even though there's no evidence that supports such a claim. But if we completely assume this, then he might be 100 times the speed of light, but then again, there's honestly nothing that backs that up, and this could definitely be considered a generosity or even wank. Normally and consistently, he is easily FTL at baseline. Saitama also has good resistance when it comes to resisting telekinesis. He has resisted the telekinesis of Tatsumaki. This is impressive considering Tatsumaki, while heavily drained and fatigued, was still able to down and awaken Garu for a good period of time with her telekinesis, which means her telekinesis was able to affect somebody who could be considered multi-continent level, and yet it really had no effect on Saitama. Overall, here are my thoughts on the fight. A wanked Saitama is still weaker and slower than a Dragon Ball Super TOP Krillin, but stronger than Saiyan Saga and Namek Krillin, but Namek Krillin is still fast enough to keep up with a wanked Saitama. A normal Saitama who is planet level in FTL is above Saiyan Saga. A normal non-wanked Saitama who is above planet level in base FTL is above Saiyan Saga Krillin, but Krillin does hold every other advantage in terms of skill, versatility, technique, and mobility. Namek Krillin would be faster than a normal consistent Saitama, but they would have similar attack power until Krillin uses the Destructo Disc, which could essentially one-shot Saitama as normal Saitama, plus Krillin would have all those advantages that we mentioned as well on top of having the speed advantage, if we include Dragon Ball Super Krillin. Tournament of Power Krillin outclasses any Saitama, wanked, lowballed, consistent. Not only does he have a big attack power and speed advantage, but he is way more versatile thanks to all of his techniques. He has way more mobility thanks to his ability to fly, he is much more intelligent as a fighter, and he has techniques that would actually devastate Saitama, such as the Solar Flare times 100, along with multiple Destructo Disc that he can make follow you. So he could easily blind Saitama and then literally one-shot him, making the winner of this Rumble, Dragon Ball Super Krillin.
On the next episode of Rewind Rumble.